Hello and welcome to my tutorial on how to use the remote desktop for Chicago Behavioral Hospital on a Mac OS computer. A few prerequisites you will need before you get started are the following. You will need an Apple computer running Mac OS. These instructions are relevant to an Apple computer. If you have a Windows PC, please see my other video on setting up remote desktop on Windows PC. You will need HCS credentials. These are issued by the pharmacy or the director of nursing. If you do not have the credentials or have forgotten them, please reach out to the pharmacy or the director of nursing. You will need the remote desktop login information, which is provided by IT. This information is the same that you would use for logging onto computers on site. However, there is a slight modification that needs to be made, and I will explain that later on in the video. You will also need an internet connection, which is fairly stable. You will need the Microsoft Remote Desktop 10 app, available in the Apple App Store. And then lastly, you will need this URL, cbh-rdp.chicagobh.com. With this, you should be able to log on to the remote desktop server and use our remote resources in order to look up patient information in HCS, as well as do other tasks such as look at email, write documents, and access your shared drive. Let's get started. All right. Again, in the App Store, you're looking for the app called Microsoft Remote Desktop 10. It looks like this. I've already installed it on my computer. However, once you have it installed, you can find it in the Launchpad and give it a start. Once Microsoft Remote Desktop launches, you will see this screen and you will see a button called Add Desktop. However, we're not going to click that button. Click on Workspaces at the top. Then you will see a button in the middle called Add Feed. That is the button you want to click on. You will then be prompted to add a workspace. As you can see in the text box, it says email or workspace URL. This is where you will type in that URL you saw previously. Again, that URL is CBH-RDP Chicago B as in boy, H as in house.com. You will see that it is searching for workspaces and it will automatically pull up the feed. If you do not see anything come up, please make sure you are connected to the internet and that no software or firewall is blocking connections to the outside world. Once it says that a workspace is associated with this URL, go ahead and click Add. Upon pressing Add, you will then be prompted to enter your username and password. Again, this information is the same as you would use to log on to the computers at Chicago Behavioral Hospital. However, you must add the domain. For example, my test user is akerper, right? And then you would add the domain, which is at chicagobh.com. Essentially, it should look like an email address. Without this domain added, it will not let you log in. Go ahead and enter your network password. Then press Continue. As soon as it authenticates, and so long as you're allowed to access the remote desktop, you will see several icons pop up. From here, you can actually look for HCS. As you can see for me, it is in the upper right corner, and give it a double click and it will launch HCS. If you are logging onto the remote server for the first time, the process to start might take a bit longer. As you can see in this video, I've also been prompted for an additional logon. This information is the exact same as you previously typed in. So, akerper, followed by your network password. Again, just to be clear, I am using a test user. You should be using your own personal login. If you get a pop-up asking for a certificate trust, go ahead and click Continue. And there you have it. HCS has successfully started. This is where you would enter in your HCS credentials, again, provided by the Director of Nursing or the pharmacy, and you should be able to go ahead and view whatever you need to do in order to make our patients' care better. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.